this Austin?
It is.
Austin, how are you? Paul, Outsider Tackle Box radio show and podcast. Good buddy Tommy sitting next to me.
Hey, how's it going, Austin? He says good buddy, but he doesn't mean it. I know that for a fact.
Well, when you talk to your...
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah. Sorry, we interrupted your intro. We didn't even give him a chance to say hello or anything.
We Austin, sorry about that. We tend to argue a lot. It's, we get along, but we don't. So anyway.
Well, we're going to get back to Austin's fish story because you and I can talk later.
Unfortunately.
But we gave Austin a great intro. We just let everybody know that he supplied Fishing for Caden, which took place last weekend.
Yep.
And that was a fundraiser. Excuse me.
You got a frog in your throat?
I almost lost my... Well, there it is again. Well, that's not going to sound good. Let's get some water.
There you go. You got water right there.
No, I got beer.
Yeah.
So Austin donated the proceeds of a fish finder to Fishing for Caden to help that young man battle leukemia. So thank you very much for doing that. And we also understand that you supplied the live bait to Fishing for Caden.
The Fishing for Caden tournament as well.
Yes, it's not a. Go ahead.
I was going to, but I didn't make it up there.
Oh, okay.
He didn't make it, but nor did we. So we couldn't make it up there, but we sponsored the tournament. So I mean, if you
any little thing helped, and I mean, as long as you showed your love, you did what you could do, and I mean, whether it be the weather or funds and stuff like that, but if you can do anything, and it sounds to me like you did by donating the fish finder and selling in the fish finder and giving the proceeds and stuff, I mean, that alone speaks volumes over so many that didn't even attempt to do anything.
Yes. So thank you very much, Austin. And the idea behind the radio show and podcast is to spread happiness to the world through the joys of fishing. And we know that you are already doing that, so thank you very much for supporting causes like Fishing for Caden. And you did send in a couple of photos for the fish story.
Yep.
Everyone listening enjoys hearing where people caught the fish, the bait they were using, and the size if you were able to measure it, weigh it. So let's go ahead and hear your fish story, and then you could talk a little bit about your company, where to find you for our listeners who are interested in ordering your product. And he has live bait. Yeah, and so I was very interested in how to send and how does that work?
I am too. I mean, I'm
farming and all that.
We got to figure out how to work into that. But the stage is yours, Austin. Go for it, man.
Okay, I raise bait, and then I can ship or deliver, or it depends how far away it is. But I ship too.
Okay.
I have a lot of ice fishing bait, and then I also have earthworms, and they call them ice worms. They're a European earthworm, and they're actually good for summer too.
Okay.
They're real lively.
Yeah, interesting story. I when I buy worms, I just use any kind of worm. I don't even look to see where they come from.
But you also don't catch any fish, so there you go.
That's true, Austin. Tommy took me fishing.
Me and Felix took you.
Okay, so Felix and Tommy go fishing more than I do because they go and have fun while I do all the work, basically.
Wah.
And and they catch fish, and they were like, "Let's take Paul because we got to get a fish photo up with him." So they took me to the place where they catch fish the last few times, and of course, I didn't catch any fish. So
none of us caught fish. You caused us all to get skunked, which we are starting to believe that you're just a bad luck charm.
So, when Austin is talking about where the worms came from, fish go to meals just like we do, and they're like, This is a delicacy.
Well, yeah.
This is a European worm. I want to bite some of that.
That exactly. That's what they walk. They swim up with their little bib on, and they're like, I'm feeling
Tell me
like
what the specials are today.
I'm feeling like a European worm today.
I could see the meme now. All right, tell us a little bit about the photo that you sent in. You sent in a few. It looks like you got a fishing buddy with you. Where did you catch those fish, and bait you were using? And where
we went to a fish lake. My daughter likes to go there because there's a lot of perch.
Mm-hmm.
And we just used a little ice slide with red mealworm.
Nice.
They were ranging about 7 to 8 inches. We don't have real big perch down here.
Nice. So she looks really happy in the picture.
Yeah, she's adorable.
Yeah,
so congratulations, and you got a good fishing buddy to go with you. And in the cold too.
Yeah,
Tommy and I both have kids, and to get them fishing is just...
It's a chore.
It is quite the effort. I feel like it's harder than it should be. It's like...
Well, you got to pull them away from their phone and, whatever video game they're trying to play. And
yeah.
But, no, I mean...
as soon as I wake her up, she's up and ready to go fishing.
Oh.
We actually left about 3 o'clock that morning.
That's awesome.
Oh, wow.
And she was all for it.
That's awesome. I love that. It's because, like, when you play sports, Tommy didn't play sports. He was like a band guy. But I so wanted, like, to be that sports dad, like going to and from sports games and coaching, and it just didn't happy.
It didn't happy. Well, obviously you failed English.
I tried to, like, talk. Like, it's not like Tommy monologues. Like, I try to form a sentence and it just doesn't happen. I think what I was trying to say was that I'm sad.
And I have no friends.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Anyway, no.
And that I love fishing, and it brings me happiness. That's where it was going to end up. So the end of that story was fishing brings me joy.
Dude, we traveled a broken road that you just took us on that journey.
I wanted to take you down a route of... Because Austin has that, and I was just trying to highlight that. That's amazing. He's got a little fishing daughter, and I love everything about that story, that photo.
Austin, how many kids do you have, if you don't mind me asking?
I only have one.
You only have the one, and she's a fisherman. So there you go. That alone is the greatest. What's that?
Yeah, she's almost 8 now.
Oh wow, yeah. So she's growing up, and you know what? But these are the things that she's gonna remember. You know.
Thanks for the memories, Dad. She's gonna listen back to this and be like, "Hey, my daddy was on the radio
talking to 2 idiots."
I don't know if she would say something like that because
she would think it.
She's
probably
still PG.
Well, yeah, she'd think it. She wouldn't say that out loud. My sons think it all the time. Like, Dad's dumb. What'd you say? Nothing.
Well, it's the thing about being a dad, right? Like, they're taught to get everything right. Like, it's all grade system, A, B, and
sticker on your forehead is what you used
wants to get an A, so it's like they're trying to be correct in everything they do. And so as a dad, you have to be like, it's okay to be yourself and not be an A all the time. Yeah. Grade-wise, A means excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're an A, but you're a different type of A that I know of.
I knew you were going to go there, so I wanted to make sure that I explained what the A was.
I'm just saying. Whatever. Anyway.
It's fun being a parent because you're always like the bad guy and the dumb guy.
Well, yeah.
And you and I
you're more so the dumb one.
There's no better person to play dumb than you and me.
Yeah, that's true.
We wouldn't be sitting behind the mics if we weren't.
If we were actually smart?
Yeah, we would. We're the only ones dumb enough to do this.
Austin, so Tell me a little bit more about the worms and the bait that you raise.
Name of the company, and how to find him. So people listening in, where do they find your baits? And we'll send it.
Go for it, man.
Oh, sorry. It's called Central Utah Mealworms and Bait.
Okay.
We're out of Levan, Utah, so we're about Central Utah.
Okay.
And you can find me on Facebook. I got a Facebook page called Central Utah Mealworms and Bait.
Mm-hmm.
We have the link. We'll put that up.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. Awesome. And then, like, I
sent some bait to Georgia already.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, okay.
That's the farthest I've sent so far is Georgia.
Okay. Well,
they all arrived good.
We might have to have you send some our way so we can try them out here and maybe do some trout fishing out here with those.
Every kind of fish likes.
I know, but I'm just saying it's more trout season right now, currently, over here. Trout and like panfish and
all
stuff.
I'm saying is fish like worms.
Yeah, well,
like you think you're fishing for bass, and then you catch a sturgeon.
Yeah, no, little sturgeon.
And I'm actually working on making nitro worms, green worms.
Mm-hmm. See, this just...
How do you get a worm green? Is that natural? Or do you...
you have to feed them certain things.
Oh, okay.
See, I have no idea how that works, and that's what I'm saying. I find this interesting because, one time a few years back, I did a kind of a science project with my older son, and we did a little compost out of like a Rubbermaid container, and we had some soil in there. We had some night crawlers and earthworms, that kind of thing in there, and it was just kind of fun to watch them eat the product. Eat the compost and everything. It was just more of a science type of thing.
Your son was eating the compost?
Not my son, the worms.
Oh, the worms.
No, my son ate the food prior to being compost, but no. So I find it interesting.
I followed that story completely wrong.
Yeah, you did, but you follow everything wrong. So. But
you
yeah, I find it. Shut up. Sorry, Austin. See what I mean? This is what you get. We're just a bunch of idiots. But no, I mean, is that similar to what it is? I mean, when you're farming these worms, or?
Yeah, that's pretty much all we do. Especially with the European worms, we just have them in big bins.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then we just put coffee grounds and.
I was just going to say European worms probably like tea, but apparently they drink coffee.
You're so stupid. Well, they eat tea and crumpets, and they sit there and they do whatever European worms do.
Why wouldn't they?
Complain about the American worm.
Yes. They drink tea. It's tea over there, not coffee, but these worms...
They sit there and they're like, oh, the people over there in the Rubbermaid container.
But
poo-poo on you.
We're
too good for these fish.
What was that?
The nice thing about the European worms is they're good for ice fishing.
Mm-hmm.
They don't die as quick as the Canadian worms do.
Oh, well.
Regular night crawlers.
Yeah.
They die a lot faster than under ice.
Well, I mean,
and you would think the Canadian
worms I would die
in ice.
Yeah, I know, you would think so. I would die.
The European worms are the better ones.
Yeah.
Shame on those.
The Canadian worms didn't get the memo. So anyway,
Austin Garrett. Austin comes to us from Utah. He has a bait company. Tell us the name of the bait company again, Austin.
Central Utah Mealworms and Bait.
Central Utah Mealworms and Bait. So look them up on Facebook. He has a Facebook page.
Yep.
And you can order from him there directly. He ships all over the nation.
Yep.
And so you get live bait to your doorstep and go catch more fish.
Yep. He's got worms.
He's got worms.
Not that kind of worms, but he's got worms for you.
He's got good worms.
Yeah.
Not just any kind of worms. Drinking tea worms.
Tea drinking worms.
European worms, they eat coffee in their compost.
Yeah, pinkies out too.
Yes, they do. They come complete with accent. And they will catch those fish. No,
you put them on the hook and they're like, bloody hell, it's cold out here.
That's just fun for us, but really it is a great company. Austin donated
yes,
bait to a tournament.
Well,
and so every fish you see
donated,
there was likely caught by something Austin gave to.
Well, you missed that
Caden.
first part. He said that he was unable to get up there to send the bait or to make it, so he didn't provide the bait like he wanted to. So you missed that part. But he did donate or sell a fish finder and turned around and gave the proceeds to Deborah, Debbie, who was the grandmother of Caden, who threw on the whole tournament, her and Michael. So
basically,
that's what happened.
You're trying to say I'm dumb.
I'm not saying that. Yes, I am saying that.
As far as everybody else that was listening, they believe that he donated bait to the tournament.
Well, he corrected you the first time.
Yeah, but why correct me again?
Because you were wrong a second time.
It doesn't matter how I try, I'm still going to be wrong.
Yeah.
I can't fix this, can I?
No. You can't dig up.
It's like...
you dug yourself into the hole.
It's the sturgeon is a shark story again.
It's all over with that, yeah.
You know what? We're going to say that he donated the worms.
No, you're just saying that because you're just trying to fix your oops.
In a way, he did donate the worms. They just didn't make it there.
Austin, please excuse my friend. He's a little slow. Anyway.
Central Utah.
Yep. What's that? I'm sorry?
I do have somebody. I have somebody that wants to say hi, though.
Oh, absolutely. Perfect. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, here she is.
Hi.
Hey there. How are you?
Welcome to the show. You are on a Fish Story radio show and podcast, and we have a photo of you holding a fish, and you look happy. And so thank you, Daddy, for giving us that memory and sharing it with all of us listening.
Absolutely.
So yes.
And I'm going to assume that you guys are big Broncos fans.
They're in Utah.
I'm going with the Broncos. Are you a Broncos fan, sweetie?
Yeah.
Good job. All right. I like that.
Go Broncos.
Go Broncos. All right.
Listen to Daddy. Always. Daddy's fun, and thank him for letting you come on a radio show and say hi to everybody. This is going to be broadcast all over the world.
Yeah, your voice is going to be on YouTube and on iTunes and all sorts of things right now. So, and people across all over the world will get to hear you.
Yeah, we have quite a bit of listeners. I was going over to Tommy, like how far we go, and so it's quite amazing. There's people hearing your voice all over, so that's pretty neat.
The people over in Europe right now are probably going, why are they making fun of our worms?
We love that you like to fish with Dad. That's
awesome.
That's awesome. So keep it up. Send in the photos to us, and we'll make sure to put them on our website for everybody to see. And then you could tell your fish story.
Absolutely.
How you caught that fish and how fun it was.
Okay.
All right. You guys have a great Saturday. All right, Austin. Where are you at, bud?
Yep, you guys too.
All right, you take care. You take care, man. Have a good Saturday. Tight lines,
From all
fish
of us
more.
Here, at Outsider Tackle Box, tight lines. Buddy.
Keep the pictures coming, man, and I'll get in contact with you about the worms. All right.
Okay, sounds good. Tight lines to you guys too.
All right, take care, bud. Bye bye.
Thanks, Austin.